Hi, and this is another episode of SMS News Channel. And I'm back. I haven't been feeling the greatest just because I've been working a lot, not sleeping really good, and man, ended up getting all this congestion all in my throat, so I sound very nasally. So bear with me through this video. There's three things I gotta talk about. One thing that's certain, we need to talk about the Tasha K and the girl that's the founder of Whitelicious. Why all of a sudden now mistresses feel like they have the right to talk to the wife too? And the third thing, I'm just gonna talk about whatever. So the first thing I'm trying to talk about, I just feel like it needed to be said. So I was on YouTube and I was watching Tasha K's awesome stuff. By the way, she is so good as a journalist. Like, I'm inspired by all the people that I watch: Storm, Truth Seekers, Chronicle Speaks, all the black ensembles, anybody that's even non-black, Honey Eats and all them other stuff, because I like watching mukbangs, bongs. Am I saying it right? Whatever it's called. It's where they videotape you and you eating and stuff like that. Yeah, I like all of them. Like, Be Love, she's awesome. All of these people that's on YouTube, shoot. King Bo is cool and everything else. For the most part, they are. It comes a time in your life when you have to be honest about stuff. So basically, Tasha K did an interview with the founder of Whitelicious, and she's also the founder of Darklicious. What Whitelicious is a pigment foundation cream, kind of like when you go into what's the store? When you go into I forgot the store. When you go into Walmart and it's in the multicultural aisle, or the black aisle, I should say, and it'll have like the white soap and then the color bleaching, whatever it is. So when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to say a lot of stupid stuff. I used to say, now please don't yell at me, but this is really how I felt, because when you're young and dumb, I used to say stuff like, ain't nobody else in the world gonna sit there and try to dye their skin but us, because they always trying to make everybody so super white. And I didn't mean to say it like that, but when you're young and dumb, you don't understand what products are for, you say stupid stuff like that when you're young. So what I didn't realize is it actually evens people's complexion. Like, when people have like splotches, or they have one side that's a little bit lighter than the other, it actually evens their tone out. But me being dumb, thinking it was an agent to bleach their skin. Like, oh, they just trying to get light skin so they can get something. They just trying to be white to get some. This is stupid stuff that you say when you're young. But here's the thing. She's basically the founder of that. So basically, she was just trying to ask her questions about the product. And instead of it being about the product, she kind of went into this spiel. So she talked about where she was from and stuff like that. Tasha was just trying to understand the product itself, and why does she feel like there's a whole lot of controversy about it. And she keeps saying, well, I'm from Nigeria and they don't really have color conversations like that because everybody's black. Well, apparently, and I'm not in Africa, so I don't really know what's over there. I can't speak for Africa because I've never been there. All I know is from what my friends have told me. Now, from what I know, Nigerians, usually they come over more than some other countries from Africa. So here's the thing. People forget that Africa is just the continent. There's countries and provinces inside that continent. Yeah. So the thing about it is the thing that bothers me, and I think the reason why I got irritated with the founder of this particular product, because she kept trying to make it seem like, or give the narrative that this stuff doesn't really happen, or I don't understand why people talk about it so bad. I always get this slam from the dark skinned people, and it's not so much anybody else. I said, well, you're not going to get slammed. It's obvious. You're not going to get slammed from everybody else, because you got to think about it. And Tasha was trying to educate her. She wasn't trying to listen to it. You could tell. And so she really basically she didn't have the wherewithal to deal with the fact that she didn't like herself, because the picture of her when she first did the product, she was probably like my complexion, or a little bit about the same complexion as Tasha K. I think a little bit, just maybe a tone lighter, just a tone lighter. And now she looks like she's almost close to a Lauren London type texture, like not texture but tone, like very very caramel-esque brown honey tone. And it's not so much that we per se talk about, yes, we could say all day long that black people are so on, and I've said it myself, that we're so on skin color and team this and team that, but you have to understand where it comes from, which is why she kept trying to educate her. When you are in a country that's built on systemic racism, where people that were a different complexion, that was darker, had to work harder, had to do all the groundwork, just because the way they look. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why people are so stuck on looks, because for us, it was always looks, this is what you have to do, because they don't think that we deserve a right anyway. And I'm not just saying that, and I can't speak for white people because I'm not white. I don't know how they do things over there. But what I do see is that they do have some stuff easier. Now, it could be true, it could be false. But from my perspective, from a person of color looking out, they look like they have the majority. So when you see a person who is promoting a product that makes their thinking automatically that you're trying to whitewash yourself, that's basically all they're saying. And just because you put out, oh, I'm from Nigeria, doesn't make it any better, because here's what the problem is. Brother, you from the motherland. That's as black as we come. All of y'all. We come from you guys. Not everybody comes from Africa, but I'm just saying the majority of us. So when you got the motherland who is, promoting a product that's not only supposed to quote unquote even your skin tone out, if you see where I'm going with this, you're basically saying that you don't understand or went through that kind of racism. And then when she questions her, then she wants to bring up how the police was beating on her. Now, here's the thing. I will say this, and I have watched it over on the news and on YouTube. These people are ridiculous how they handle those folks over there, the people over there. It's ridiculous. I don't understand where you can, especially with Haiti, I don't understand how you could have the same skin as that person and think it's okay to hit them. That's my biggest thing. How do you think it's okay to hit somebody? You're the same as that person. Why are you hitting them just because they're trying to cross over? You're not doing that, and no disrespect to the Hispanic population, you're not doing that to them. You're putting them in cages. That's not making it any better. But why are you beating and hit? I'm just saying, the thing that doesn't make any sense is if people want a better life, they should have a right to become a citizen. But stop treating the citizens who were born here like we're the folks overseas, because we've been here for a long period of time. Whether anybody wants to be honest about where our true heritage, where our true roots are, I don't really care what anybody has to say. We are the original Indians. We are the original black people. We are the original everything. We were here first. So we can have everybody have all these different sayings. Everybody has their own beliefs. The truth is the truth. That's the reason why archaeologists are able to dig it up and find it. The point that I'm saying is, when you got a room full of people who want to badger you and make you feel like you're nothing, and then you see somebody trying to promote a lightning agent people are going to come at you crazy in the first place anyway because they feel like you're just trying to destroy yourself in the first place. You don't really like yourself anyway. You have a low self esteem. That's the only reason why you're changing your skin. That is the stigma. That's all it is. Not saying that that's what you're doing, but people are going to put that out there because that's what they do. Yes, we can blame that the media puts a lot of things out there, but it wouldn't be so much the media if it wasn't an actual fact. See, people don't understand that some stuff, yes, the media says, and some stuff is actually true. What people don't want to understand is the truth that they hate themselves. Because if it was so much the media, it would be easier to change. But if you didn't hate yourself so much, you wouldn't be so bent on trying to sell something that's going to, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're looking at. She took offense to it and got defensive. Didn't really want to say something, then brought up what she went through. So when it came down for people to believe her and she was agitated because people were yelling at her, I don't know what you expect them to do after you kind of denied the fact that racism happens in a country where it was built that way. And then on top of that, try to scoop it up to save yourself and then start crying. That is what they were coming after her for. So that's just a little piece of what I thought about the whole video. You also have to understand, like, when you're not educated, you're kind of like in the dumb or in the like you don't really know because you're not reading. When you're just focused on, I mean, this is the thing about it. What I would have done if I was an owner of something, I would have just talked about my struggle, about the thing, supported it with facts, and just said, listen, I'm behind this product because I wear it too. I have a lot of clients. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. But see, because of the fact that there's a lot of people that have a lot of insecurities, they feel like they have to argue their point. If you're already confident within yourself on how to be as a person, you don't need nobody to back you up or give you an audience to speak. Now, let's talk about enough of that. Let's talk about these mistresses because I'm about had enough. And yes, I'm eating chicken nuggets. uh, Excuse me. I gotta go to work in a little bit, but I just wanted to say something. Um, so on YouTube again, watching Chronicle Speaks, and I guess the whole situation with Wendy Williams was she's getting sick, and I guess Kevin Hunter and his, like, I guess side chick slash new wife is out here talking about how I tried to tell you the Lord, basically trying to say that he's got a better catch because he got her. And it's just like, see, these wives are better than me. Let's just be honest, okay? Um, let's be real. So, the point is, do I like everything Wendy Williams do? No, I don't. But she's Wendy, you know? She wasn't like everybody else just trying to sleep with somebody to get something. I don't know that to be a fact. But what I do know is that she was a hardworking woman. Her and her husband got together. They were working on a radio show and whatever back in the day where she already had, like, she went to school and went to college and all that other stuff. So she has herself in, like, set in stone. She's been doing this for years. So my issue comes when you, as the husband, you cheat on her, and then now the person that's been bringing you so much money, you feel like you have the right to sit there and bash her. You wouldn't even be able to have the money, the cars, and all this other stuff that you have if it wasn't for somebody taking a gig back in the 90s. as just a radio producer. You see what I'm saying? Like, the thing that kills me in this country, especially in Hollywood, it's like, I don't know about any other country because I haven't been there, but I can speak for America. Like, from what I observe, and I do travel a little bit, but it's been so long ago. The thing about it is, I can speak for America because I am American for that point. But I will say this, the stuff that we do in our country is just really retarded. But let's just be honest. When have we ever been able, first of all, if I'm going to cheat, and I'm not condoning cheating, but I'm just going to be honest, who the hell goes to the wife to try to tell her about her relationship when you came in the middle in the first fucking place? Sorry for my language, but I have to be honest about that. Like, who are you to tell her about her relationship? She been with that man for I don't know how many years. How you gonna tell him what's better for him? He only with you because he wanted something that was tighter. Can we be honest? Sheesh. She light skinned because if it was me, oh, she'd be in the hospital. I know you're not going to sit here and try to talk about me. You see what happened to all the exes from you know who's. You don't see Beyonce playing that stuff, does she? And this is not my business. I'm not in her relationship, but you see what happened to the people that tried to do that with her, huh? She wasn't having it. That's what I'm saying. People deal with cheating in a different level. So I'm just going to be honest with you. Never in the history of relationships have I ever seen people be so daggone bold. You think you're going to sit there and bash the woman? You had to get her money just to start your businesses, boo. You didn't have the money. Or did you forget that? Another person. So, I guess Jimmy Mai or something from The Real. Her ex-husband is now trying to bash her relationship. Oh my God, Mr. Cornflake, Mr. I want to have a Valley doll wife, Mr. I wish that I could have my Asian wife back. Oh, I'm coming for all of y'all. So now all of a sudden that she's happy, she ain't crying, she ain't depressed, she ain't over here having a nervous breakdown on The Real every time it comes on because you taking her through stuff. Not you trying to tell her what to do with her life. And then not the mistress trying to tell her what was going on in her relationship. What in the I Dream of Genie is this bull? First the freak all, you are not gonna ever, my homie, when I tell you, you will never tell me who the person that I went before God and said vows to about. Like, who is it's the bougie wannabe ghetto for me. So now you think you going somewhere? That's the face that I feel like giving you guys every time you feel like you have the right to tell a queen what to do with her husband when it was he that stepped out. You want to give her I wish the heck a wife, a girl would. It would be catch the 48. Catch the 48. And another episode of 60-Minute News, Indianapolis, Indiana. It would be me. You hear me? Because ain't no woman gonna sit there and tell me what I did wrong in my relationship when you were the reason why he stepped out in the first place. Oh, I think I need to say it again because there's some people that think that they could just talk to other people's relationships. And you wonder why folks, when they go to church, they're so freaking, like, they can't even look at their husbands the right way because they always feel like they doing something. My thing about it is, if you're going to be married, stay with that person. If you only want her for sex, tell her that. Tell her that. Because it don't make sense for just sitting there just trying to get her just for the clout. And then when she gets older, her body is hanging. You can't have the balls to say you want something more. What? Just because you want to fuck again? Excuse my language. I'm trying to understand where these mistresses get the balls to come at the wife like, nigga, you the mistress, my homie. Do you remember what you used to do last night? You was going out the window when she was in the bathroom, in her room that she paid for, that she made a vow to that dude that's cheating on her. It's the audacity for me. Like, if these wives were to cheat on these husbands, like these husbands cheat on the wives, it would be a whole nother situation, man. Because first of all, ain't no dude gonna tolerate another guy in his bed. So why would you subject your wife to be in the same bed with another person? My thing about it is, if you can't be satisfied, then let that be you. Everybody don't feel like always having a dungeon. Everybody don't feel like having threesomes with 4 or 5 different couples and swinging from here to there and swinging. If you want to swing yourself right into AIDS, because that's basically what you just did. Doesn't make any sense that you feel like you have the balls and the audacity to tell her what to do with her life, and she was the one established, and she was the one that had the money, and she was the one that took the gigs, and she was the one that put the breast implants so she could have a better life, and she was the one that did all this other stuff to have a child, went through IVF, all this other stuff to have a child, sat there and put up with his abusive ways to have a child. Then for you to have the audacity to tell her what was wrong with the marriage. Not me trying to act like I know what I'm talking about, because one time I had an Asian wife. Who is this dude that is coming for Jamie Mai, and you don't even have your life together? First of all, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to act like you got some sense. You broke up a marriage. And now all of a sudden you want to tell her what to do with her new relationship that gives her happiness, hope, and love. I didn't know you were TMZ. I didn't know they was cutting you a check. It's the audacity for me. It's the lack of weed for me. It's the I think I want to find clout for me. Because if I was to ever find a woman do that stuff to me, you'd be like these chicken nuggets. Bye, 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 bye. Are you for real? Are you for real? You mean to tell me you gonna tell me what I did wrong in my relationship and you the reason why he stepped out in the first place? Not to mention that I'm so sorry I have to be busy because I'm trying to pay for the things that make this house so great that we built together. Did y'all forget that or not? Like, when you buy stuff, you're gonna have to pay for it. Somebody's gotta work it. Can't be in the bed all day. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't know that you were gonna have to do that. You thought you were just gonna be in an apartment for the rest of your life? And now all of a sudden, because you the man, now all of a sudden she gotta obey and it's her fault that she's sick. You the reason why she was sick in the first place. And I really wish I could slap this dude, because who the hell are you to sit there and tell her what to do with her life? Everybody got all this audacity to say, oh, she's in a psych ward, she drinking herself to death. Yeah, I'd be drinking myself to death too if I had a husband like that. Now all of a sudden, the mistress want to tell me what to do with my life? Oh, baby, I would have got out of that coma and be like, who is this hoe? Because I'm trying to figure out why you feel like you're going to tell me this is not Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You're not going to come up in my house and act like this is yours. You didn't pay for none of it. He did. It's very frontline for me. It's very... smells like weave cap for me. That's what it smells like. The fact that you want to do something like that, it's the audacity of some of these hoes. That you think you're going to tell a wife what to do. And you was the mistress. Man, how I'm going to be the third wheel telling the front wheel what to do? But I'm just saying, it's like everybody feel like they got a voice from God, and that's the thing that killed me. Everybody feel like they got a voice from God, because now after that they got AIDS and syphilis and all this other stuff. Now all of a sudden they want to have a voice from God because now they're almost near death. Now everybody wants to tell the truth. Now everybody wants to think on these things that are wise. You wasn't thinking about it when you was sleeping with her. But now all of a sudden, you feel like you're going to have to tell me what to do in my life? Oh, Jesus, give me strength, because I ain't that Christian. I'm not that Christian that I'm going to let a mistress tell me what to do in my relationship. Get your crusty, musty, always dusty weave and move with your acrylic nails and your whining kids. Why don't you tell your kids the reason why they're here is because your mama was a hoe? Wonder why nobody's buying your products. Because they know the background story. And they want to sit there and put God in the middle of it. God ain't in the middle of that foolishness. The audacity for me. I'd rather be broke, I promise to God. If that means that I gotta come myself, like, this the reason why I'm broke. Because if I gotta be like that just to get a dude, I'll date myself before I act this stupid. Like, come on. Like, I can go on and on and on why they don't, like, even the Bible despises people who marry a second time. Why would I ever why the heck would I ever tell somebody else what to do with their life if I was the reason why that first relationship was messed up? Now all of a sudden I want to go to Jesus and say, oh, God, give me strength. God, do this. God was there the whole entire time when you was doing the stupid stuff. Don't try to act like you know who God is now because you knew who God was when you was doing the sin. But you want to condemn a woman just for doing something if she didn't mean to and she tells you the truth. Or you want to condemn a woman if she look at somebody a certain way. But some women do too much, and they know they do. Some women do. There's a lot of us women that do stuff. A lot of us. But I'm so sick and tired of this narrative that it's always the women when you got these dudes that don't do nothing. Do nothing but tear down another woman just because you didn't have the balls to tell your wife that you cheated, man. You wanted to cheat. Just be that man that says, I like whatever. That's what I'm saying. You're going to keep on, and then when you have bumps all over you, then you're going to wish to God, come on, man. Come on. I know some of y'all better than this. Like, I just don't understand how you can... I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. I don't understand it. I just don't. There's nothing for me to say other than the fact that if you think that you have the balls to do that, then by all means, make yourself happy. But don't sit there and think that a wife should be, or an ex-wife should subject themselves to hearing people come at them crazy. All because you wanted to sit there and make her feel some type of way. Sorry. Sorry. On another episode of SMS News Channel. And I'll be back with more.